Well, hey everybody, Sarah Zalecki here. All right, so we are going to talk about how to do a three-way chat. Now, some of you guys, you might be wondering, what the heck is a three-way chat? Well, let me tell you, it is an incredible tool if used correctly. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes with you guys. We're going to talk about what a three-way chat is. We're going to talk about how to do one. And I'm also going to give you just a very simple checklist that you're going to want to make sure that you do to set a three-way chat up properly. All right, so let's get started. So the one thing I want you guys to know about a three-way chat is that it is awesome because what it does is that when you're brand new, a lot of times we have questions that people ask us that we think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to answer it. A lot of times we feel like we have to be the expert, which I want to tell you something, you don't have to be. And so a three-way chat actually allows you to kind of get yourself out of the way. It allows you to utilize your expert, right? Which could be your sponsor, it could be your upline, and they can do what I call do the heavy lifting for you in the very beginning of your business. So a three-way chat is a really, really great tool that you'll want to use once someone has seen the information, okay? So if you want to kind of, for those that are jotting down notes, you want to kind of write down a checklist that you want to make sure that you have put together when you're setting up a three-way chat, okay? So the first thing I want to share with you guys is that before you put someone in a three-way chat, they need to have the information, right? Make sure they've been either added into the Facebook group, they're maybe watching an opportunity Zoom, you sent them a link through a Modere Life app, right? Like we have a lot of great tools that you can introduce the business to someone. Now also, on the flip side, you can do the same thing for product, right? So make sure before you put them in a chat with your expert, right, and yourself, they have the information. Super important. I tell people a three-way chat isn't for someone to do like a full presentation in there, right? A three-way chat, the reason that you put someone in there is to help them get their questions answered so you can help them either become a customer or help them become a social marketer. That's the whole reason for a three-way chat. It's kind of what I call it helps validate your business, right? Especially because you're brand new, okay? So make sure they've had the information, check. Right? Number two, make sure you edify your expert, right? So edify just means talk highly of. Make sure you set it up, right? I tell people there's nothing worse than putting a three-way chat together and you're like, hey, Bill, here's Susie, take it away, right? And your prospect is thinking, who in the world is this person, right? Who did they put me in a chat with? So make sure you do a good introduction of your expert to your prospect and prospect to your expert, right? So it doesn't have to be some crazy introduction, but it needs to be something that you want to make sure that your prospect knows you're getting connected with someone that they know what they're talking about, right? They've had a little bit of success, right? They understand how the business works, right? So number two, make sure that you edify your expert. And number three, once the chat starts, guess what we need to do? Zip it. We need to make sure that we let the expert talk. Because if we start talking, right when the expert is talking in there, basically what happens is that it's almost like saying, oh, well, don't listen to what they have to say. Like, here's my information. It's better, right? And so then basically it kind of gives them no reason to listen to that expert. And we want them to listen to that expert because we want to help get them signed up as a customer or a social marketer, right? So those three things on the checklist are super important. Now, the reason that you guys want to do a three-way chat are a couple things. Number one, it's going to validate the opportunity, okay? Super important. Number two, you're brand new, right? You might have success in XYZ business, or you might be successful as a parent or in your career or whatever it may be, but you don't have success here yet. Right? Yet is operative word, yet. So we want to make sure that we can help you do that. And three-way chats, oh my gosh, are like the magic to the business. Now, here's another thing that's really cool, guys, is that the person that's seeing the business, right? Your prospect, they're actually seeing the inviting process, which is so cool, right? The process is simple. You're going to invite them to look at the business. They're going to use a tool to take a look at the business. And then you're going to do a three-way chat. So what's so cool is you're basically teaching them what the business is even before they're in the business, right? How cool is that? So I just want you to remember, guys, these three-way chats are super important. If you start utilizing them, I promise you, you will start seeing tremendous results. I mean, I look at when I was brand new, I utilized them like crazy. You know what I mean? I got people connected with other people than myself. I learned how to get out of the way as fast as possible. And also what's really cool too is that your prospect realizes they don't have to be an expert either. They don't have to know it all, right? And so they're going to see the simplicity of, oh my gosh, all Susie did is she invited me to take a look at a link, right? Or invited me into a group. I watched the link. Now she has me talking to someone, getting my questions answered, and that's it. Oh my gosh, I can do this business, right? So remember, keep the business simple. Make sure you start utilizing three-way chats, and I promise you, your business is going to take off faster than you could ever imagine.